welcome to episode 27 of Nuggets Dungeon Terrain, as well as part 3 in the Chaos-themed dungeon series. In today's episode, I'm going to show how I used all of these items, and a basically cut room, which you can check out in some of my other episodes, to make a room with living walls where Chaos gifts ooze through from another dimension. So I started off by randomly attaching all of the items that I'd selected, and some of them were stuck in using a tiny drop of super glue just to melt them into a space a little bit more. And then I painted everything over black just to make sure I didn't miss anything later. I then textured the wall using a medium gel and dry brushed over it using a primer. This meant that when I started applying the red paint, I didn't have to lay it on quite so thickly, and I got a little bit more texture out of it. I didn't have space to sponge the floor in the way that I would have liked, so instead I used this side brush technique. It's a little bit like dry brushing, not taking quite so much paint off the brush, but just trying to exaggerate the angle slightly and stroking one direction so as not to hit all the low points. I finished by glossing the walls to make it look slimy, and in contrast I used a matte finish on the floor. Both of these were just using Mod Podge. So here's another sweep by just highlighting some of those starting items that I used. The tentacles were just dribbles of hot glue left over from another project. The worm is from an old Mage Knight model. And the eye is another piece of hot glue that was left over from a project, and I thought it had an interesting shape. In my game, I'm going to make it so that if a character places an item into the wall, another one oozes out as a reward. If they place any more, that's when all the organic material comes in and creatures start coming through the portal.